So once that vision is crystal clear, then your challenge as a leadership team and as an owner is really align the whole organization behind that. But it starts with that leadership team to create that alignment. Because alignment is part of the clarity process through discussion and sharing of perspectives, guided by the owner's perspective. This obviously has to be guided by the owner's perspective to make sure that the owner is getting what they want. So, on the analogy of parents, so the alignment, what I say here is when parents are all on the same page, when the spouses are on the same page, usually functional parents creates functional kids or functional families, right? And so the leadership team and the owner of the organization are really the parents of the company. So if the leadership team is dysfunctional, then it creates a dysfunctional organization as well. And that's why we have to make sure the leadership team is completely aligned on what that vision is. An example I like to bring always is the San Antonio Spurs, since this is, the Spurs are near and dear to our hearts here in San Antonio. And when they're on a championship run, they are unstoppable. I mean, when their vision is aligned, they are all playing together for the greater good and they put all their egos aside. And that's when you know you have vision alignment and clarity is when that's happening. And I give this Tim Duncan quote because he just got accepted into the NBA Hall of Fame this past weekend, and I love his quote: "Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best." He actually learned that from his mom, and Tim knows what best looks like because he was part of a team that had clear vision, that had vision alignment, where everyone was pulling together, putting their egos aside, fighting for the greater good, and winning those championships.
A lot of clients are growing, but when you look at where their growth is coming from, they're fishing in a small pond. They continue to sell more to their existing client base, but they have no way to get beyond that client base. They have no process to get new clients. So new logos is a great struggle. I had a client that came to me and he was really frustrated because he was paying a lot in sales commission and he was getting increased revenue, but it was all from existing clients. And when we started talking about it, I said, well, let me ask you, how do you pay your sales team? And is there a difference in the amount of payment, for instance, when somebody brings in a new logo versus new revenue from an existing client? He said, no. And I said, well, this comes down to a lot of times salespeople are going to take the path of least resistance. And it's always easier to sell more revenue to an existing client than it is to find a new one. So you have to do things like look at how people are being compensated to give them the right incentive to go beyond that small pond and get into the ocean.